Yo, what's going on, everybody? Collision Works here. Welcome to our first offensive guide of CFB 25. Today, guys, we are going to be breaking down the Virginia Offensive playbook, primarily focusing on 2x2, beating every zone coverage in the game, how to beat man coverage, and my favorite runs in this. This may look similar to our spread guide last year, and boys, it might be even nastier. So without further ado, guys, let's go and get into it. We're going to start here against cover 2, and for these plays we will be using wide corner and slot flags. If I add another one, I'll throw it in here as well. All right, guys, so to begin with wide corner, we're going to have our running back here on the short side of the field, and we'll be going against Tampa 2. And just so you guys know, all of these coaching adjustments are set to default, just so you guys are aware. Now, guys, for setup 1, all we're going to be doing here is putting our B receiver here on the short side on a streak, putting our running back on a flat route, and then finally, we're going to go ahead and put our wide receiver on a corner. Here is the play art, just so you guys see. Simple little flood concept where if they're in a cloud, we can go ahead and dump it off to our running back and get some great blocks by the tight end and receiver if you kind of let that flat run and develop a little longer. Go ahead and show this to you guys one more time, and then I'll show you guys how the tight end gets open if they play a hard flat. So right here, your play art again. Go and snap the ball. If we wait just a moment and throw it, you guys see our tight end gets a good block and the receiver upfield gets a block on the safety. Can lead to nice, easy gains. If they decide to play underneath and hit you with a hard flat, we can go ahead and take advantage of our tight end corner. I'll go ahead and throw this corner on the left side again as well. But if they decide to go hard flat, we can go ahead and hit A here on the sideline. Wide open, a little easy high-low here against cover 2. Now, your left side of the field here with your scissor combo, this is really good. I typically will hit the wide receiver, but depending on how your opponent is adjusting, you guys may be able to hit the deep post as well. But just keep in mind, I'm typically looking for the Y corner. I didn't put B on a streak there. So if you get a little bit of time here to let your play develop, you guys see we can go ahead and just pass lead, no free form necessary on this play. That post does a good job getting the deep half kind of in between and staying in the middle of the field, which can be really, really good for us. Go show this to you guys one more time. Again, this is like no coaching adjustments or anything. Just throw this out, and yeah, it's open. The post does a really good job helping us out on the or getting that deep corner over. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's move on to the next setup. All right, guys, so for our next play, I accidentally said slot flags. Guys, it's actually going to be PA deep outs. Do apologize. But again, this is against cover 2, so we'll do Tampa 2 here. And guys, for this setup, all we're going to be doing here is putting our X receiver on a drag. We're going to be streaking our B receiver and putting our running back on a flat yet again. So here is your play art here. Basically, what we're trying to do is just have a nice little underneath option with X early. And if the user wants to stay in the middle, underneath, or playing A, we can go ahead and take the top off the defense with our deep post. So typically for this play, I'm just going to kind of snap and hit my drag if it's open. If they're playing underneath, that vertical hook will play lower. But if they are in a stock cover 2, that drag is going to do a real good job getting open for us. Go ahead and show this to you guys again real quick, but with a hard flat on the defense, just so you guys see. We go and try to throw this here. You guys see that vertical hook is in a much better area of the field to break that mesh, or that drag up rather, excuse me. But like we were saying, not our only option here. We're going to go back to a base cover 2 now and show you guys the deep post over the top. So the goal is to have this drag and this en route kind of occupying the user. That way we can try and load up and hit our deep post over the top down the middle. So I like it. It's nice. Not everybody's going to be running hard flat cover 2s depending on where you're at on the field. So having the drag on the backside is it's pretty nice. And still, your tight end can get open as well if they are sleeping with their user. So show this to you guys one more time. Obviously, you guys can hit your running back too and get some easy yards. Alrighty, guys, now 4 quarters. I'm not entirely sure if match is busted right now. I think it might be, so we're just going to talk about how to exploit it, go up against it if somebody's running quarters to combat your 2x2. We are going to do this out of slot flags. You can have your running back here on the short side, though for this setup, it doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and run cover 4 quarters here, and I will go ahead and spy this A gap because he will scream. Now, guys, all we're going to be doing for this setup is we're going to go ahead and put B here on a deep cross, one of the new routes that have been implemented. And then X, we're going to go ahead and put him on a streak. Running back, you can really put him on whatever you want. I just keep him on something underneath as is because what we're looking for here is the deep cross. You guys are going to see the safety on the right and the corner on the right are both going to match to the tight end, which shouldn't be happening, and that's going to allow B to get open right over the top, as you guys see right here. So this can be done on both sides of the field as well. So we don't even have to flip the play. Seeing that we have that corner running to the left, we can go and put X here on a deep cross, and then I like to just put the opposite receiver on a streak, just something going vertical so we don't have to worry about the DBs playing towards the middle of the field. But you guys see, same exact thing happens. We get hit right there on the throw. But quarters right now, I don't know. It's a little meh. So just know this can be your option going forward, and just keep this in your bag. Alrighty guys, now going up against cover 3 and cover 4 drop. To start, we're going to go with Y cross here. Now I am going to flip this play because I like my receiver running this crosser rather than my tight end, but that's completely up to you. Just know for my setup right now in this video, I'm going to have my running back on the short side. We're going to be going up against the cover 3 sky. All we're going to do for this setup, fellas, is put our A tight end on a short crosser, put our running back on an in route so he follows in the direction of the crosser. I think there's a graphics glitch. There we go. And then finally, we're just going to put X on a streak. These are just going to help pull the deep zones up the field so we can get our crosser open. And then obviously, if the underneath is there, please take it. You know, with the ball carrier moves this year, you can get some easy yards. And pretty much like stock zones play over the top, I would say a lot further than in years past. So, you know, just keep this in mind. If the underneath is there, typically the tight end is going to get open on this left side. Once that crosser starts getting past that purple and getting to like the next level. So just know that tight end is going to be open there if the user is going with the running back. And then of course, if you have a little bit of time, this is going to be a little more difficult of a route to hit since we're in practice mode in the sheds. But if you have a little bit of time, your crosser will get open as well. You're just going to kind of have to freeform that up a little bit in the direction where the third would be. So just to show a quick instant replay, if you do have a little bit of time, which you probably will in game, this area of the field, a free form right here is going to get wide open for you. And, you know, you can get some easy yards there against a cover 3. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the same exact setup real quick against a cover 4, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the next play. I'll go ahead and do cover 4 drop. All right, guys, same exact offensive setup here, but against a cover 4 drop. And fellas, the same route progression will be had for this setup as well. Look for your running back, look for your tight end. If you get a little bit of time, you guys can go ahead and freeform this crosser upfield and get some easy yards. In practice mode, if you guys are running this, the sheds are going to be crazy. Get ready for it. But I do think if it follows in the same pursuit of Madden and how their practice mode sheds are, you're going to have a lot more time than what is displayed here. All right, guys, up next against cover 3, we're going to be talking about shallow cross. Now, for this setup, boys, we are going to be doing this against cover 3, and I like to go ahead and have a double wheel on each side of the field. So we're going to go ahead and put B on a streak. We're going to go ahead and put Y here on a wheel, and then your running back, you can go ahead and put him on a Texas route. It will help keep the user in the middle of the field and just kind of keep those zones in the middle as well. So really what we're looking for here is our wheels. We can go ahead and freeform this outside. That was a pretty bad freeform. I could have hit that a little sooner to make sure it didn't get to the DB like it did. But go show this to you guys again. Right here, go ahead and freeform this out, get a possession catch, easy grab. That post is going to help get that outside third just a little more inside, just because that route is going to draw him in. And then your tight end as well is going to be an option. So we'll go show this to you guys right here. Go ahead, just get a little freeform in there. Of course, if you guys want to have a table route on your running back, you can absolutely do that for this play if you guys just want a quick option. But, you know, if there are users, you know, playing lackadaisical, that Texas route is going to be some easy yards for you. So just keep that in mind. I can probably go ahead and, just because of how far zones drop back in this game, I can probably hit my Texas just against the CPU and get literally like what, 8-9 yards right there. So just keep it in mind. Really easy play against cover 3. And once you get your freeform down, this can be absolute money. Go show this to you guys one more time. Right there, wheel gets wide open, and it's just easy yards, boys. And up next, guys, against cover 3, we're going to be running Y corner. Now, this is going to be with our running back on the short side of the field. All we're going to be doing here is having our B receiver on a streak and putting our running back on a flat. And then we can go ahead and put our X receiver on a out route while we go ahead and streak Y. So the play art's glitched. Now it's not. So this is what your play art's going to look like. Of course, you're going to have a high-low here on the right, where if they want to go ahead and just play over the top or just play stock, you're going to have your running back. If they play underneath, like I'll go ahead and do now, you will have your tight end. So same look here, like so. Oh, this is not the same play. All right, we have now audible to Y corner. My apologies. But guys, if they're playing underneath, you guys can go ahead and hit your A tight end. This corner runs a little shorter, so it's going to be a lot easier to get over top of the flat and underneath of the outside third. Be really good. Just watch out for the switch stick, but other than that, it's a really good route. And then here on the right side of the field, this little quick out paired with the streak will be good. You'll know you'll be able to throw the out route if the purple makes contact with your Y receiver. So if we go and do the same setup here, and we see right there he makes contact with Y, we can go ahead and throw the out. Basically, when they make contact, we know they don't have a zone drop set to go ahead and just rush to the outside. So right here, before we move on, I'll just show you what I mean by contact. You guys see our slot receiver makes contact with the purple. We know since that purple is making contact, he's not outside. We can go ahead and throw this out route, get our easy 5 yards. So nice little simple setup, a little flood, and then a quick out on the far side. And as of right now, with no KOs, we can go ahead and throw that pretty much every time if it is a cover 3. And then, guys, I will say, sometimes, this has been like the last 2 Maddens as well, stock Y corner can literally be the best bomb in the game. To display this, I will go ahead and just put my guys in spies because I'm not trying to run this play 30 times until I can, get 2 seconds. But as you guys see, if we look for X over the top, this can be like just an instant one play. I do recommend this on the short side though, so just keep this in mind, or having your running back on the short side, but just know this can be an option. A little easy cover 3 beater with Y corner stock. Alrighty, guys, now going up against man coverage. Actually, I need to show you guys some of those plays against cover 4. What the hell am I doing? Alright, boys, real quick. Cover 4 drop against all the plays we just did, or maybe I should say all the plays we just did against cover 4 drop. So double wheel again, we can go show this now with the Texas. Same exact thing is going to apply. Get that freeform down, fellas. That was just inaccurate. Go ahead, hit this again. Go get our freeform down. Pass lead that outside with our freeform and get your easy yards. Then we'll go ahead and show it to you guys with the tight end. And if that linebacker does play upfield, yeah, it might be better if you know they're in cover 4 just to go and put a table route out there, just because, I mean, that linebacker kind of plays a lot further. It can go crazy. Is this okay? There we go. So if you guys see, you guys can go and just dump it off to your running back and get those easy yards. I would mix in the flat in the table if I were playing, so just keep that in mind. Depending on what your user or your opponent's user is doing, table route might be good to mix in, and against a cover 4, if they're playing a purple like at that linebacker spot, it might be a better option for you. And then, fellas, back to Y cross. Actually, I think I already showed that against cover 4, actually, so we are good. What is the other one? We need a Y corner, right? Yeah, Y corner on the short side. And then, fellas, it's literally the same exact setup here. We're going to go ahead and do a flood here on the right, and then we'll go ahead streak Y, put X on a speed out, and then just like that. If we see contact is made on the left, we can go bullet this, and then just possession it. For this play, with this out route, you cannot pass lead, so please just keep that in mind. Just simply just hold the button, and the quarterback will get it right on target and just turn on and hold A. All right, well, right now, my dude is just literally 70 accuracy. Can't make a throw, but you guys see the vision. I trust it. Just like that. So just keep this in mind. Really nice, and it plays the same exact way in a cover 4 drop as it would a cover 3. And then, if they're playing underneath or whatever on this short side of the field, I went ahead and just shaded underneath. You guys can go ahead and hit your tight end corner here. Dude, my quarterback just sucks, bro. This is crazy, boys. This is crazy. But just know the same exact play is going to happen. If they're going to play over the top, you guys can go ahead and just dump it off to your running back, get your easy yards, cut up field, and it's pretty much going to play the same exact way. All right, fellas, now Y corner yet again, but this time it's going to be against cover 2 man. For this setup, guys, it's going to kind of sound like a lot at first, but it's really not too much to it. We're just going to run the double wheel again, but this time we're going to have a wheel in the backfield. So Y will be on a wheel, RB is going to be on a wheel, and it's going to start like this. Then we're going to put our tight end here on a slant, and we're going to streak B. So it's 4 adjustments. I know it is a lot, but really we can get these down. And I really like this setup. The post on the left is going to help get that deep half towards the middle of the field. That's going to allow our Y wheel to get open over the top. And if we get our freeform down, we can get a great rack animation and sometimes go for 6 if you guys have, enough speed or, if you're just the same speed. So just know it's to be a really good combo. And then your wheel kind of gets the same effect as well. I definitely am looking for the Y first, but the wheel can cook out of the backfield just as much almost. You guys see right here, kind of throw this inside the field and then go ahead and you are going to get tackled, but depending on how they're setting up their man coverage, this could be great. And then, your underneath option will be the tight end slant as well. Right there, he had a crazy bump, so we'll go ahead and go over the top again. But typically, the tight end isn't getting manhandled. He's going to get open with his slant. You guys don't have to run the halfback wheel as well. You guys can put him on like a Texas. You guys can put him on kind of anything you want. You guys can put him on an out route. I just like having the double option, the double wheel option, I should say. You know, in the bag. Right here, I'll try it with a short crosser by the tight end. See how that goes. That was a really good animation he just got there. So maybe the short crosser's the move instead of the slant. But for cover 2, really like this one. So hopefully this is just as equally as good for you guys. Now up next, guys, we're going to be talking about cover 1, and then we'll be covering my favorite run plays. For cover 1, guys, I will be doing cover 1 press here, and then the play call is going to be slot flags. Now, for this setup, boys, this is going to look a little weird, but all we're going to do is put our running back on a wheel, and then we're going to go put B here on a deep dig, which is one of the new routes. The rest is going to be... Okay, hold on. Did it update? There we go. The rest is going to be stock. It's just 2 adjustments for this play. If I could put my running back on the wheel, I accidentally messed that up. But here is your play art. Basically, what we're looking for here is X can get a great beat against the man to get an easy throw underneath. Depending on who you have at tight end or who he's going up against, that corner can absolutely deep fry. The backside, or this deep dig, rather, by B can do a great job getting open late in the play. And, of course, your running back as well. So we'll go ahead and start here. Look for our tight end right there. He didn't get the best separation, but still solid. He's just going up against a linebacker. But again, it's just going to be a wheel, a deep dig, and that is your play art. Did I do the wrong thing? Yes, I did. There we go. This is what we want. So try and show you guys here, maybe our wide receiver getting open against his pressed man. And then for the next snap, I want to go ahead and show you guys the deep dig. Here we go. I'll try to survive in the pocket if the game lets me. And then you guys see late here, this can be a good little read on the back end of the play, depending on if you can survive the pressure. I was hoping that X would actually get the animations that he's been getting rather consistently for me, but he's just really not cooking right now. Right there. There we go. Maybe I just wasn't looking at it. That was kind of the Madden 24 zig. But really, some good routes all around. The wheel, it's kind of still being shopped. I don't know if I want to commit to the running back wheel. But, you know, if the tight end gets a good break against his defender, he's going to come down with it. If the slot receiver gets a good break on his man coverage guy, you know, we're going to be able to go and run with him. And then, of course, your zig underneath. So we kind of got some stuff all over the board. If you got some speed at running back, that wheel is going to deep fry as well because there's just no safety help. So if you guys can get some decent speed there, this will be really good for you too. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this passing segment. I hope it's beneficial this early on. This will obviously still be improved throughout time. And, you know, if you guys are antsy, hit me up in Discord and I can go throw some more stuff out there. That's typically where I'm going to update more passing until I have enough plays to add to another video. So now let's go talk about some of the run plays, boys, and we'll go and wrap this video up. Alrighty, guys, now for the run plays. There's only going to be about 2 or 3, just a small handful of plays, but inside of the spread flex, RPO read screen is an absolute dog. Great run. You do have a jet touch pass in here, which is nice, but I haven't tried it yet, so please keep that in mind. I have an outside zone, which I haven't tried, but favorite play here is the RPO read screen. And then for my other run plays, I'm going to audible to the spread halfback weak, where you guys see we have some RPOs. We have a read option, which is great. My favorite play out of this one, though, is going to be the RPO read screen. I'm sorry, not the RPO read screen, the RPO read bubble. I thought that looked odd for a moment, but typically I am going to be audibling to RPO bubble. But just know you have a read option here. You have some other RPOs you guys can try. But for me, read option is going to be my go-to, the RPO read bubble, and then the RPO read screen here in the spread flex. So don't be afraid to audible in between. These are really good run plays. To go ahead and start, we'll show you guys the RPO read screen. I'm not going to show you guys this against every single defense, but what I want to highlight here is your pass read icon. You guys see on this right side of the field, we have our RPO, but we also have a bubble on the left side, which has no pass read, which is great for us, where we can basically always throw this if they're not manning this guy up, and we can get our easy yards. The run play is also very good, so you guys can just commit with the run here, and then that bubble will block for you too, which is, it's stellar, man. It's absolutely stellar. And then, of course, like we're saying, you have your base RPO pass as well, where if you guys see that read key is going to play a little soft and play over the top, you guys can go and dump this underneath. But just know if they're in zone, this bubble on the left can absolutely cook and get yourself just like an easy guaranteed 5. And this can be great against people who are in a kind of a weak box set. And then, of course, like we were saying, RPO read bubble, I'm going to go ahead and audible to the gun spread halfback weak to call this play. This plays great as well. It's not as good as it was in years past, but what's really nice is when you start audibling to these sets, depending on how your opponent is setting up his defense or if he's not adjusting, you guys see the pass icon is all the way at the middle third safety. So I can throw this every day of the week as long as they're not making some type of man coverage adjustment and get a just a great RPO. So that's what's really nice about audibling throughout RPOs is they can change up the pass read icon, and your opponent can't see who his pass icon is. So it's really nice. And then finally, guys, I'll just show you guys the RPO bubble just with the committed handoff here. You know, it's not as good as it was last year, but still can be a decent run depending on what type of defense your opponent is set in. I will go ahead and show it to you running to the left now. So we'll go ahead and flip this like so. You guys see when we flip it, the pass icon is on that side, but here it is running to the left. You know, we're kind of getting caged right now, not gonna lie. The RPO, the first one, seems a lot better with this practice mode display, but just know these can both be really, really good runs that you guys can mix in and keep your offense balanced, keep it fresh, and really just give yourself another option. So guys, that is going to be it for our first guide of the season. I'll probably be making another one here in Virginia before we expand, but I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you guys find it beneficial. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments or in Discord. I'll try to respond as quick as I can. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.